Host of Dancing with the Stars, and as the new season gets ready to kick off, Samantha Harris helping viewers look their best, and it's all for a good cause, and we are very happy to have her here with us. Good morning.
It's good to be here with you
How
guys.
are you?
I'm fantastic. I love it bright and early. I got the blue medal.
I know exactly. You know, we women know how to, brunettes no less, know how to channel
with the
colors,
set and everything,
you know?
I figured might as well.
So welcome to the early mornings. This must be
good.
Well, actually, you're probably used to it now that you've got a baby. I'm sure you're.
Yes,
you're
I was going to say
even
even
up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, very early. Yes, Jocelyn's being pretty good about sleeping a little bit these days.
Oh,
but,
my God. So how old is she now?
That was really little,
She's only
too.
a couple months,
That was her
right?
first public outing.
I don't look at her head.
Now she's
like,
5
now
months.
she can hold her head
But
up.
she had spiky hair there. Now finally it started at 5 months to lay down flat. But at first we thought, oh my gosh, she's going to grow up and have like just spikes.
She's going to look like Billy Idol hair.
Yeah, exactly.
And she can hold her head up now.
She can
so
hold
her
her
head's
head
not
up.
like this anymore.
Right, exactly. But she's so sound asleep in that picture. She's like
so cute. All right, so I know you're obviously doing a lot of traveling because just a few days ago you were hosting the Oscars,
yes,
or the Oscar red carpet. So what was it like this year? Was it, you know, people are like have mixed messages about just the show in general, the Oscars?
Well, you know, I think first of all, the fact that we finally had the Oscars after the writer's strike was huge, and it was wonderful. Everyone really pulled out all the stops, got as glammed up as possible. Everyone was really excited to be able to come onto the carpet. You know, with the Golden Globes being canceled, it was such a shame, and this was wonderful.
It's also another thing that people don't realize, and because I myself have done an Oscar show as well, is like how tight the quarters are on that red carpet.
They are. Well,
and
usually,
there's like a big bush in between, like a shrubbery, and you're like this.
Well, of course, I also work for E! News, so Ryan Seacrest, who does our live coverage, he was, of course, right there with the shrubbery. I did the official Academy's pre-show, which I was like, this is awesome.
So
I
you
get
had
to
like
stretch out. We had like a mini apartment. It was so big. Yeah, bigger than most of the apartments here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Park Avenue apartment next to.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
All right, now Dancing with the Stars getting underway soon. They announced the lineup, and I know you've hosted it for several seasons.
Yes.
So, you know, what do you look forward to most when another season is starting?
Just the new cast of characters. The fact that we have all of these great personalities. We have 12 new dancers that are the celebrities learning to dance, and they all just bring so much new flavor to it. It's so much fun, and of course, a lot of it's about getting ready for it and how do they prepare in the weeks leading up to the big premiere. And let me tell you, there's a lot of tanning going on.
Really?
Yeah. And I actually have my own little beauty regimen that I have to do before Oscars, before dancing. Well, I also do a little tanning because they're so dark.
See, it takes a woman to admit that.
It does, a little bit. No, but the safe way, the lotions at home.
And the airbrush.
Yeah, exactly.
Helps,
Whiten
right?
my teeth a little bit. I floss because that brings out.
Good girl.
Yes.
You're working with Oral-B right now, don't you?
I am actually. They found out that I love using the Oral-B satin floss, and so they approached me to work with them. They're teamed up with Operation Smile, which is a wonderful charity to help children around the world with facial disfigurements and to correct those. And so I'm becoming an ambassador for that.
Pretty cool, right?
And so it's
that's
wonderful.
A big compliment to be a person designated by them as having good teeth.
And
as a daughter of an orthodontist, I understand how important that is.
There you go. Well, my daughter, of course, being just 5 months, we're already starting to brush her teeth, her gums with a little like wet cloth. And so, of course, as soon as she has some teeth, we'll have to teach her to also floss because it's one of those things that people don't talk about. But it's very important.
All right, so are they ever going to put you on the spot and ask you to dance?
I danced season 2. I did the jive.
Right.
And I always thought the next time I would maybe dance was post-baby when I needed to work off the extra little baby weight. But I'm just so exhausted with the baby as
so this just fell off? I mean, you have your pre-pregnancy figure back very quickly.
You know, I do, and I think what it is that I was so active before I got pregnant with the cardio and going to the gym and taking classes, and then I felt a great pregnancy. I was able to work out throughout the pregnancy up to my 35th week, and I got back to the gym 2.5 weeks after I gave birth because I felt great, and the doctor said, you are in good shape, go for it. And I eased back into it, but I'm not as gung-ho as I was before because there's not as much time.
Exactly, but you know, a lot of women are not liking you right now that it just happened so easily. I mean that, of course, with nothing but love. But thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
It's great to see you. For more on the Oral-B and Operation Smile campaign, go to our website, cw11.com/morningnews. And coming up next hour, Ashton and Tyra Banks, a hot new couple, sort of.
I'll speak for all the other women out there. We hate you. Okay, Samantha Harris.
At least you're honest.
Yes, I got to tell you that. It's like, give me a break. 5 months, you look like a teenager. Congratulations, though. Hate you still, though. Up next on the CW11 Morning.